All right. Welcome back to the Spartan Council, where strategy meets storytelling and we explore the people behind esports success. Today, we're focusing on a role that often doesn't get enough recognition in competitive gaming, the team manager. Players may be the faces of the team, but managers are often the people holding everything together behind the scenes. Joining us today is Liipo, team manager for the Legion of Doom Esports Apex Legends division. Lipo, welcome to the council.
Thank you for having me. It's really
Mhm.
amazing to be here tonight.
Awesome, awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How you first got involved in gaming.
Well, for that, we go way back. I was like 4 years old playing on the OG Xbox, and then we ended up getting one ourselves. So I started there, then gradually worked my way up to playing on PC now. So started out with a little bit of GTA as a kid. Probably shouldn't have been playing it, but we did anyway. Progressed to Modern Warfare 2 2009. Played a lot of that. Then Black Ops, switched to zombies, and then when the PS4 came out, discovered Apex, Fortnite, played Warzone, and then transitioned to PC while still playing all those games, and then jumped back into Apex, got into comp for Apex, where I met you, and then here we are. Now I'm
Here
here.
we are. Here we are. What drew you specifically to Apex Legends?
I just liked how different it was compared to the other battle royales. Yeah, sure, Fortnite had building and stuff, but like the skill gap between building became so far stretched that there was no point in trying to get back into that. And then Warzone, they changed it a bit too much for my liking. So I went back to Apex, where it's been consistent. Yes, there is a lot of cheaters in the game still, but it's a lot more, to me, like better to deal with than the rest.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Um, how did your journey lead you into esports management?
Well, like I said before, I did compete for a bit, made it, did 3 challenger circuits with the old org. I got into that through my buddy actually. So it started out, my buddy joined an esports org. Then a few months later, he's like, "Yo, I'm looking for guys. You guys want to join?" I'm like, "Sure." So I joined up with him. We played comp for a bit. We did some scrims, and then it just didn't work out between us after the few tournaments we had as well. And then we ended up finding another third. We started doing more scrims, actually getting into more tournaments, and then we were preparing for the challenger circuit. So we got into the challenger circuit. The first challenger circuit we got into, I think we made it to round three. Was it round three? I think it was round 2 or 3. Then the second one, we made it past the first round to round two, and round three again.
Oh, nice.
So
I think I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
we
I do.
fucking ran into Nick Merckx and my buddy
Yeah.
fucking picked them off with a sniper during the challenger circuit. No, it was round two. We made it to round two twice, or day two twice. That's what it was. It wasn't round three. So it was fun.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
It was
The
fun.
good old days. The good old
Yeah,
days.
still trying to get back into it, but finding a third is atrocious nowadays.
It can be tough sometimes. It's just finding that right person.
Yeah,
What made you want to take on a leadership role instead of pursuing competition yourself?
I thought it would be a lot better for like myself to like get organized with something, and it would help me become a better player, like helping other people play together. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so just seeing like having a group of three playing together, getting them to do or setting them up for scrims and tournaments and stuff, it just feels better than actually being in them for some reason.
um, when you first became a manager, what surprised you the most about the position?
It surprised me the most.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it'd be a little bit easier to get a group of guys to stay together within the org. But that is the fucking hardest. Excuse my language. The hardest part is to keep a team with you guys, like with it, like under you. I'm trying to like talk to them. Some guys like to just do stuff on their own where they don't want to talk to you, and it was just a pain to deal with that kind of like group. Because one guy took on the role of everything and left you out because they were going above me too, which really bothered
Yeah.
me. But I tried my best to tell them come to me, but apparently it wasn't good enough. So that was very shocking.
Um, I can agree with that. It was a lot of crazy stuff. Apex and Call of Duty, I think, are the hardest to get teams for because I mean they're never with a team longer than maybe a month or two,
Yeah.
if that. I've seen some players that leave a team, they go to another team, a week later they're on a different team,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I've seen that with a bunch of
And that
guys that
happens all the
it's
time.
ridiculous. It's like as a player, having all these different orgs under you, like being in a part of like 20 different orgs, it looks bad. It's just like having 20 different jobs. Why are
Yeah.
you
It
there
look
for such a short time and then move on to the next one? Like what's
yeah.
wrong with you that you gotta bounce from org to org every other week?
Yeah.
Pick one,
It,
stick with
it
it, even
doesn't
if it's
make
the first one.
it doesn't make the org look bad, it makes the player look bad in
Exactly.
the
The
end.
org is just doing what they have to do to filter out the players like that. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Um a lot of people hear the title team manager, but don't necessarily understand what goes into it. How would you describe the role of a team manager to someone completely new to esports?
So from my perspective, team manager is someone who recruits players, is in talk with players between them and the owner of the org. Um, they help the players get what they need, so like coaching, scrims, and all that good stuff. Like I can also run trials or set up 3v3 scrims with other orgs. We have a bunch of orgs that I can get in contact with. Can even go through the scrim servers. Um, what else? Manager also is just like general overview of the team. Can help promote them if they need help. Can even stream it for them. So that's manager in my opinion.
Um, let's see. How would you describe uh well no, I just asked that. Um Walk us through a typical day in your role.
Typical day
Yeah.
in the role. Going through like countless orgs or not orgs, scrim servers, putting out a message and getting 12 people to respond to it, trying to trial them in that like at least one of them per day roughly. And them not getting back to you when you say you want to take them on. It's like, let's get this contract signed. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. And then they don't. And then sometimes you get the ones that do sign the contract, which is good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'll just end up sitting and playing the game myself because I can't get people to play comp. So it's a little rough.
Why do you think players don't want to support a team? Like, there are players out there that do want to support a team, but we just haven't found them yet. But what about the players that hop from team to team? What about those players? Are they even worth the time to even ask? Are they, um, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Are they
like worth trying to trial or
worth
trying to
even
get them to.
trying out? Or
Yeah,
maybe we can give them benefit of a doubt. Maybe they left for a different reason, and then
yeah,
we give them benefit of the doubt, and then they just end up leaving like they did the other orgs. I mean,
yeah. I mean, everyone deserves a chance. If it's like their first chance coming in the org, no problem. But if they're gonna like leave and then come back, which has happened in the past, where they leave and then they see that the team's doing good, they come back. You already know who I'm talking about. Um, it's just not right for us to give them the second chance that they don't deserve in the first place because it's just not right. Um, so once again, give everyone a chance. If they want to stick around, they'll stick around. We can try our best to keep people with us and supporting us, but it's not always going to turn out that way. Um, and yeah, so it's just trying to find those core people that want to stick around. I think like a lot of people are just scared to pick an org and sign a contract. When they hear contract, they're just like, I guess, intimidated by the fact that they have to sign something. Ours is like
yeah,
completely clean and clear. Whatever stated in the contract is what happens. It's
yeah.
short and sweet compared to other contracts for sure. So I don't know what people are scared of. Makes no
I
sense.
think that maybe they're scared of commitment, at least most of them.
That is true. They don't want to be tied down by a contract. But then again, if we wanted as an org, we could just be like, we'll trade you for someone else in another org. So like I think that's also a thing that can scare them is that we have the power to change where they go, whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
So
Um, how much coordination takes place between players, coaches, ownership, and tournament organizers?
honestly, I think it takes everyone. You need everyone like 100% involved if you want to be able to do tournaments. You need to get like obviously the org owner needs to know about it because if there is a cash prize, it's always nice to put back into the community. Um, oh, I'm having a brain fart. uh, the coordination. It just takes everyone being 100% transparent, getting like obviously coaches getting involved, setting up VODs for the guys, or just even sitting in while they're doing their tournament or scrims. Like I was watching an old clip of TSM and why they ended up winning the ALGS because of their coach that they hired like right before the ALGS started, helped them fine tune everything right before going into it. So seeing that happen with like a pro level team where they needed help from coaching to be able to figure out what's wrong, it takes everyone to get to that point, not just the team, not just the manager, not just the org owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that 100%. It's all about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the
Um,
dream work.
what is the most challenging part of your job, and what is the most rewarding part?
The most challenging part, I gotta say, is recruiting people. Like I said before, you message people or people fall into your lap. I had a full 3-stack fall into my lap. I'm like, okay, we got the contract here. 2 of them signed it, or no, none of them signed it. They were about to. The third guy couldn't sign it, and they made excuses, and then boom, they just disappeared. Um, the rewarding thing about it, though, is when you see your team doing scrims, doing really well in scrims, and just seeing them do better is the rewarding part. Obviously, seeing them win a tournament would be the top, like the most rewarding,
Yeah,
but just got to work up to that point.
I can agree with that. Um, Many people focus on talent, but championships often come down to teamwork and culture. How important is team chemistry in Apex Legends?
Team chemistry is very, very crucial in Apex. If you try, especially in scrims, if you branch out a bit too far, you will get punished. Even in ranked, not even just scrims. Like I find, like I said, I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos yesterday of just about like how I was playing. I was watching like how they were playing in scrims, like international scrims. When your chemistry's off, like I think that 3-stack right now, like Falcons, like they're a little bit off. Like there's something going on there. Their chemistry's not fully there because they're just like ripping on each other. But
Yeah.
when you have a solid 3-stack, like when you look at TSM when Hal was there, it was Hal Verholst and one more, can't remember. But when they played together, no matter what they did, they were always together. So they look at the same teams together, or they'd be able to hold off teams, and they were just constantly coordinated with each other. They knew exactly what the other person was thinking. Like, okay, I'm looking here. We're gonna rotate here. We need to keep an eye out on our back and our sides. So one person's obviously making the rotate. You guys are all making the rotate. If you're looking both ways, you're good. Looking backwards, you're good. You just keep moving. If you don't have the chemistry and you're constantly arguing, bickering, whatever, it's it's harder to play the game and it's harder to enjoy the game, right?
Yeah.
So I know like I have my duo that I play with. When we play together, we just know what the other person's thinking. So when we bring that third person in, we got to get them on the same level. It's just getting to that level. It's going to take time and a lot of trial and error to build that chemistry up. But once you get that flow state, you're in that flow state. Just getting there.
Heck yeah. Um, what are the signs that a roster is functioning well together?
Sign that the roster is functioning well together. A good sign is constantly like scrimming together, playing together, um, wanting to do tournaments together, can trust the other person, and just being able to cheer each other on even in the worst times. So let's say you're solo, your 2 teammates are out of the game for the moment. You're trying to craft them. You end up running into another team while you're trying to go craft them. Unfortunately, you also get knocked. Game's over. And instead of like yelling at each other, you just try to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this better next time? Who's who like taking accountability for what happened. I know when I mess up, I take full accountability for my screw up. I'm like, look, I shouldn't have pushed that, but I'm gonna learn from my mistake for next time, and we're gonna keep this going. So it's just being able to understand each other and not get like super frustrated at each other, which sometimes can be hard because some people are hard headed. But yeah,
I take you've had experience in hard headedness. No, I'm just-
yep. My duo is hard headed. Love him,
um,
but he's hard headed as fuck. I want to slap him sometimes.
how that brings me to my next question. How do you handle disagreements or conflict between teammates?
That's a good question. It depends who you're dealing with. When if it's someone you've known for the past like 3 years, I could tell them just be like, "Shut up! You're being dumb. This is pointless. We're fighting over stupidity. It is what it is. Let's go into the next one." If they're newer, you have to go about it different. You got to try and see what they're feeling. Like, what did we do? Why is this a disagreement? What can we do to help you feel better? You know, fortunately, you can't just tell everyone to shut up and fucking move on with it. But
Yeah.
that's situational on how to deal with people. Some people take it the wrong way, and then others just are just like whatever. Like me, I could care less what happens. I'm just chill. So
What qualities make a player easy to work with?
one I gotta say is being humble. I've learned when like you're humble about yourself, about like your skill, it's easier to work with. When you have someone with an ego, they they make it harder for you to want to work with them. They just think they're better than everyone else. Yes, sometimes my ego gets a little inflated when I 1v3 a team, but whose ego doesn't, right? Um, but
It
just
happens.
just the best quality I think is being humble and like level headed because when you're humble, you know when to take accountability for stuff. You're like, okay, I pushed that three stack. I shouldn't have gone that far out by myself. I should have waited for the team, but I got a little too annoyed sitting in that one spot waiting, right?
Yeah.
So it's just humble is the best one in my opinion.
Yeah. Always stay humble. Always. No matter
Definitely.
what, because there's always somebody out there that's probably better than you. So it's
I'll
like,
admit, my buddy switched the controller. He did get an expensive controller where he could tweak like every little thing on the controller itself. So he is, I want to say, significantly better than me on roller now, even though he's only been playing for like a month and a half, which kind of pissed me off, but it is what it is. I'd rather him be on my team than have to go up against him. I just refuse to go up against him in the range because I just don't want to deal with it. Because then his ego gets inflated. So I'm just like, we're good. We're chilling. So
that brings me to my next question. What separates a great teammate from a talented player?
great teammate from a talented player. That's a good question. I don't even know how to answer that. I gotta think about that one. Great teammate versus talented player. You could be a talented player and be a shitty teammate, right?
Yeah.
Like I know I'm referencing a lot of Imperial Hal, but like I was on TikTok. I just saw a clip of him talking to his teammates. Like he was one shot, and this was recent. This was like the international scrims yesterday, and you just hear him just talking down to both of them. Like you could be talented and still be a shit teammate sometimes because he was one
Yeah.
shot, and instead of like he had no choice but to land short, and his teammates still landed on the spot he called out. But instead of counter calling midair like, "Yo, I need you guys on me. I'm one health," he just assumed they would follow him just because he's IGL and I'm the boss, right?
Yeah.
So you can be a talented player like Hal and still sometimes be a bad teammate. So like I want to say what would the line be between talented player and a good teammate? Just someone who like being able to listen as a even as a talented player. Sometimes the ego is what separates talent from good teammates. If that makes sense.
I think that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Um, what do you think? Can strong culture overcome weakness and skill?
What do you mean by culture? Like
In-game
what's
culture.
game
Like,
culture?
yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Can strong culture
Strong culture.
overcome weakness and skill?
Strong culture. I think it can. Because if you have like a good like culture with you, like gaming culture, like
Like
there's
map
always
awareness and stuff like that?
yeah, like if you have good map awareness, good like where zone's gonna end, like just all that, you can still do really good, even if you're like missing your shots or you just can't get a kill to save your life. Just being aware of the situation as it's happening and being able to adapt. Like sometimes one guy, your main fragger, isn't fragging out that day, so someone else has to like compensate. And if none of you are fragging, then you just gotta go placement. So you gotta know the map rotates.
Yeah, because not everybody has dead eye aim, all the time,
Yeah,
So it's just
it's always good to have someone with ring knowledge. I know my ring knowledge has gotten significantly better the more I play and the more I actually pay attention to ring. So trying to work on my IGLing now.
one ring to rule them all.
Yep.
Um, can what role does trust play within a competitive roster?
Also, another fantastic question. Trust is good thing about trusting your teammates is knowing, okay, I can push this. Even if I go down, I know they're gonna wipe them no matter what happens. Right? You put yourself even if I put myself in a bad situation and I have my duo on with me, I know he could confidently 2v1, even if I only get one person down. Like there's been times where it's just me and him alive, and I just trust him. If I get the first knock, he'll get the other two, even with me going down. So I think it does play an important role to trust your teammates. It's just like another thing in life. Like if you don't trust someone in your life, why are you gonna keep them around? Knowing they're gonna backstab you at any moment. So I think it plays a very important role.
Like the saying, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Exactly.
That
Keep those
way they
enemies
can't
closer.
stab you in the back.
Exactly.
um, let's zoom out and talk about the bigger picture here. What makes Apex Legends unique compared to other esports titles?
Oops. Um, I think it just the way it's played, just the movement mechanics in itself separates it from the rest. Like Apex was the first one to incorporate sliding down a hill and like keeping your momentum, right?
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty, you got the slide to a certain point and then you're crouching after.
Yeah.
Fortnite, you couldn't really slide in the beginning. they just recently added that mechanic in because there's like, oh shit, if we do this, this'll attract more people. Um, just like for example, tap strafing. Yes, you could only do it on M and K, but it's a trade off. So you got tap strafing, you got wall bounces, you got zip jumps, you got super glides where you hit crouch and jump at the same time. That's just coming down to timing. I know I was starting to get like more consistent on controller with super glides, and like my zip jumps were starting to get a little bit better. But like because I don't practice them enough, I'm handicapped at zip jumping. But it's not like a necessity. It's good to know those mechanics and learn them. Um, but yeah, I think just the mechanics in itself and like the playstyle of the game as a BR separates it from the rest in the BR category, at least.
I think the best thing about Apex would be it would have to be when I first started playing Apex when it first came out. I haven't played it since then, but the best thing that I thought was the slides because I could like
Yeah.
super slide down an entire mountain
Yeah.
pretty much and not stop my slide. I
Yeah.
just keep going.
Just keep momentum. I know in the early stages of the game, you used to be able to slide down the hill, turn around, and then melee
Keep
the ground.
sliding, yeah.
So you'd punch the ground and you would gain even more momentum off of it. It was insane. So you match that with an octane stim and you're flying down a fucking mountain. I think it was like season 16 that stuff was happening. And that's when I just came back to the game because I was tired of COD and Fortnite. I hopped on Horizon, my main, and I'm just sliding down the hill and just punching the ground. I'm just flying down the hill at like Mach 1 speeds. It was ridiculous. It was
Wow.
awesome. And then they took that out. I was kind of
Yeah.
disappointed.
I think that's when I stopped playing Apex.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
just
get all the free stuff all the skins and stuff. I still get that all for free. But um, what challenges do you Apex organizations face today?
like the orgs
Like all the orgs for
in
Apex
Apex
Legends.
Esports.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's just, in my opinion, it's just finding the right like players for the org, the lifers that want to stay in the org. As like we were saying earlier, people like to hop around from org to org, and it's just not good for anyone. You need like consistency in your life to have things going up. Like if you don't, I would try and take a set of gold players and try and turn them into diamond master players over picking up 3 stack diamond because the golds are willing to learn to get better at the game. The diamond's just like, yeah, I'm better. I don't care. So I think everyone faces like struggle trying to get people to stay in the org as one.
What opportunities do you see for growth in Apex Esports, or maybe something that could possibly benefit Apex in the future of Apex?
Hmm, what's the benefit? Well, one thing for sure, getting rid of the hackers because I know a few, like not last ALGS, the one before that one, so a few years ago now, a kid hacked into the actual tournament and gave pros aimbot. Just being able to get rid of the Titan users, the Zen users, and actual like hackers, like they just need to get that under control, and that'll allow people to want to play the game, to want to get better, which in turn, player numbers means more profits for the game, which means it'll only go up from here and it'll make the tournaments bigger, right? So
Yeah.
I think just getting rid of any cheater in the game, big or small, will help benefit the game and the orgs itself, because then you don't have to worry about, okay, these guys are cheating, which can cause your org to get banned from the tournament itself.
Okay. What changes would you like to see from tournament organizers or the game publishers for Apex?
For the game publishers,
Yeah.
they need to stop going about universal heirlooms. I think we've seen enough of those and go back to like character based, because there's a lot of characters that have been out longer. I think
Yeah.
like Catalyst is still due for an heirloom, and she's been out way before Newcastle, and who
Yeah,
else?
that was back when Maggie came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, like Maggie still doesn't have her player, her legend heirloom. Like Newcastle, Conduit's fairly new, but like they need to go back to legend specific, and they need to fix their damn servers, because I'm tired of these 20 tick rate servers where I'm fully behind a wall, and because Buddy sees me on his end, I'm getting shot in the ass trying to run the cover and heal. I'm tired of these 20 tick rate servers. They need to update the servers. That'll make the game a lot more playable. And when they drop updates, they need to stop making it so it crashes the damn game, because it's not
Yeah.
fun loading up a new season and having these 30,000 bugs, and then you have to stop playing for a week, and then you're on the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
They got a lot of work to do. There's more than one thing they need to change.
Where do you see competitive Apex heading over the next few years?
I think it's only going to go up from here. I think they're in like what? I don't even know what year it is anymore, but
Probably like season 50 right now.
no, we're in season 29 right now. But like
Oh,
the
we're
ALGS,
almost there.
the actual tournaments were what? Let me see here. ALGS year 5. I think, yeah, we're in year 5 right now. Year 5 split 1. So we're in year 5 of the ALGS. So it's been around for 5 years. I think over the next 5 years, the prize pool is only going to get bigger, because the game is like obviously still doing good. I think they still need to like remaster it, like re-up, like major overhaul. Um Within the next 5 years, I sure hope they can get have like more like major tournaments instead of just like that really big one and the 4 challenger circuits. I think they
Yeah.
need to give like the smaller orgs, smaller teams more of an opportunity, like they did with the BLGS, to get into those bigger tournaments and keep the pros that qualify for the LGS out of the BLGS tournaments. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I can see that. I think that would probably make it a lot better too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because then you have your tier levels, like all the guys that hit Pred, like 750, like Masters and Preds, like they need a they they shouldn't be allowed to go into like diamond lobbies. Like I know I was playing with my buddy last week. He's in diamond, I'm in plat, and we're getting put in Pred lobbies. Why am I going up against number fucking 320 on the leaderboards? It's like, what the fuck? I'm not even close to masters. Why am I in this lobby? So they need to make it so it can benefit like the lower level players. Not
Yeah.
that I'm like that low of a level player, but give like diamonds an under chance. Like have divisions like
Yeah,
bronze,
kind of like what we was
silver,
talking about like a
gold.
few weeks ago or whatever. Remember? We was talking about like how Apex should like do their ranking systems kind of like how Call of Duty does it, where like the bronze players would play bronze and silver,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then silver would play bronze and gold, and then
Yeah.
gold would play silver and
Like that does
plat.
happen. The problem with Apex, if it sees that it doesn't have enough players, let's say in Diamond, it'll automatically
Yeah.
put you in a fucking pred lobby. I'd rather be in a lobby full of master players than in a pred lobby. Because I know I'm a master level player. Well, pred and master are pretty much the same rank. It's just you need more time. So putting the time
Yeah.
in is the main issue here. Um so yeah, they need to fix their matchmaking, and they need to start doing like lower level tournaments for smaller, like even smaller prize pools. Doesn't have to be crazy. It could be like fucking $500. They can afford it.
Yeah.
If you host a tournament for $500, you know how many people are coming, and you filter them out. You filter out the actual low level players, and you filter out like the guys that aren't supposed to be there. So there
Yeah.
are Smurfs, guaranteed. There's Smurfs in tournaments too, and they just don't filter them out. They just let them go.
Yeah.
So that's what I think they need to do.
That might be the best thing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about specifically about Legion of Doom Esports. What attracted you to Legion of Doom Esports?
One thing that attracted me the most, I love the color scheme. I just love red and black. Those are my colors. Um, but just like being in the old org with with you compared to our old org owner, you're a bit more transparent and like I'm able to talk to you at any given time. Whereas when I was trying to
Yeah.
talk to my other org owner, wasn't really responding to me as often or just ignored me fully out. Like I know when I left, fully got no response whatsoever. And it's just the transparency for me. Being able to communicate anything is what I find the best thing about this org.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, what excites you most about the Apex division right now?
That's a good question. What excites me the most? Uh, I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer that one. It's a good question. I don't even know. I couldn't even answer that one.
I think
It's
what
hard to answer.
excites me about you guys on the Apex division side would be recruiting some decent players that can kick some ass and stay with us for longer than 2 weeks
Or a month, like
or a month. I mean, we had the one guys, but they were here for what 2 months or 3 months.
yeah. But then
But
they started fighting with each other, and then they slowly started fizzling out,
yeah,
and it was dwindled down to one. And I tried messaging him too, and I'm like, "Yo, you gonna come back?" Or and it just wasn't working out.
yeah. He said he's been working a lot. So,
So I was
but
trying to get in contact with him, and it wasn't working out. So back to
what
square one.
goals what goals has the team set for this season?
Well, the main goal for me is to find a third that is willing to play with me and my duo anytime we're on, like being fully available. Um, and just getting into the challenger circuits when we can for the next year coming up. So it's
Heck
just getting
yeah.
a team, scrimming, and getting into those tournaments.
How do you define success beyond tournament results?
To me, the success within the team would be just like growing together. Outside of tournaments, it would be like hitting a new rank. So the three of you hitting, instead of being stuck in like Diamond 4, even hitting Diamond 2 and holding Diamond 2 for the rest of the season, or hitting Diamond 2 consistently, and then working your way up slowly towards Masters. I think it's just, in general, being able to grow as a trio as opposed to just growing individually. I think that's what it is.
Where would you like to see the team 1 year from now?
1 year from now, I would like to see us competing either BLGS or in just making it past the second day in Challenger circuit and getting a chance to really go up against the pros and try and knock them off their pedestals. That's what I want to see within the next year.
Uh, I'm excited for that. I think we got it. I think we can
Find a
do it.
third, we definitely can.
If we find a third,
We need one
we
more person.
we got it.
I need
um,
two. I just need one.
I don't. Why is it so hard just to find one person?
I don't even know. I wish I could
They
tell you.
message you, but then they don't message back. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm just staring at it right now. Like, this guy's like can flex any role. Currently masters. After solo queuing my first season, taking Apex seriously, I'm like, what the fuck?
all right. Here's a few lightning round questions for you. What is your favorite Apex legend?
Is that even a question? Horizon.
Favorite map?
Favorite map would be depending on the situation. Like personally, Olympus is my favorite map, but for ranked or scrims, it's got to be Storm Point.
Okay. Favorite ALGS team?
That's a good question. I haven't really been watching it, but before it would have been TSM, just like everyone else, bandwagoning like crazy.
On the bandwagon.
I will admit, I was a bandwagoner.
Best competitive Apex moment.
Best competitive Apex moment. That's a good question. Fuck.
I think I already know. I think I already know.
Well, like
And that was
personally,
when you, yeah, personally, your
my
best competitive Apex moment.
seeing Nick Merckx get knocked out by my boy.
I thought so. I thought so. I knew it
Seeing
was
my
coming.
best friend call out, I'm gonna snipe this guy in the head, snipes him in the head, and it
Oop,
happens to
that's
be
Nick Merckx.
fucking Merckx. And then we found out after it was Nick Merckx. We're like, yeah, you suck.
One player everyone should watch.
I think honestly, it's probably biased as fuck, but like Imperial Hal. Like I've just been watching over the past few days, and like I've been just learning a lot from how he plays. And then like I implied it last night when I was playing. I was just rolling people. So I think Imperial Hal.
Heck yeah. Coffee or energy drinks?
I drink both, but mainly coffee for me.
Co- Console or PC?
PC has to be PC. More versatile.
One word to describe Legion of Doom Esports.
Fantastic.
um, Before we wrap up, what advice would you give someone who wants to work in esports management and leadership but doesn't know where to start?
That's a good question. To try and get into it, don't beat yourself up over it. It's gonna take time to get used to the role and understand how it works. And just getting the people you want under you will take time. So just don't stress and just let it fall into place.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say? Anything for anything you got coming up? Or
Well, I hope I have a potential third that's on M and K. But other than that, I'm just gonna be consistently grinding. Gonna try and hit diamond again for like the 12th time. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back into it. Once we get a third, I'm gonna start scrimming right away. So just getting
Yeah.
that third to scrim with.
Awesome. Awesome. Liipo, thank you for joining us today, giving our audience a look behind the curtain at what it takes to manage a competitive Apex Legends team. For everyone listening, esports isn't built by players alone. It takes managers, coaches, analysts, content creators, organizers, and leaders, and they all work together for the betterment of the org that they're with. This has been the Spartan Council. Stay sharp, stay strategic, and we'll see you in the next episode. And that's a wrap.